everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods Gravitas. In the last episode, we did quite a bit of mining, and more importantly, we got our hands on a bunch of graphite powder and a bunch of kaolinite powder, which will hopefully be enough to make ourselves a coke brick coke oven. So that's the plan. That's my goal for this episode, the main goal, right? See if we can get our hands on that guy. Now, in order to get that stuff, obviously, we mined up some graphite, but then we were mixing it around, and you might remember we had like a grindstone here. We upgraded. So apparently we're at the level where we can create things, as in things from create mod, and it allows us to automate things like grinding up stuff. So this machine quite literally automates that process. It also does quite a few other things that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it does stuff that I don't know what it does. For example, we could put ferns in there and we'd get some green dye and a 10% chance at seed. So if we want to expand our farm without hunting down different little plants and whatnot, we can probably get a bunch of ferns because we've got plenty around us, or at least I think we do. You can do things like turn sandstone into sand. Obviously, we can get a lot more dye out of our flowers. We can turn charcoal into black dye and grey dye. I mean, there's plenty of pages, including our grain. We no longer have to use our knife, and we have a chance to get even more stuff from it. Ooh. Oh, hold on. I'm catching on now. So we can get seeds from these, right? So bonus seeds, meaning we can plant more of the crop, and we get flour. And then flour we can combine with like a water bucket, and we get dough. And I imagine we can turn that into like, there's a mixing bowl. I imagine we can turn that into bread. You can make yeast. You can make bread. Hold on. So you get the dough by just combining it with water. Then the dough you can smelt into flatbread. And then this thing would give you some saturation and some green, and it looks like it lasts a while as well. 2 months. Hey, that's pretty good. That's honestly pretty good. So in the grain department, we've got a bunch of wheat, a bunch of this, and a bunch of that, and a bunch of this. Awesome. So what we would do, I'm guessing, is drop in, say, the wheat grain, and that'll mix it up into flour. So honestly, I feel like I just drop everything in. Actually, no, that stuff doesn't go in. Sorry, my bad. We do need to still knife it, but then we put the finished result in, I believe. So we grab all of that. I think that's all of it. Rye grain. We're out of knife, so we can't do more than that. But we'll chuck this guy in first, and then on top of that, I guess we'll put in this stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of other create stuff we can do as well. I am curious if we can get away with getting a harvester soon. We would need iron plates. Only 2 of them, though. This is looking awfully doable. Iron plates would cost us an iron ingot, which we actually do have. We have some, but we would need a full block. So we would need to be making iron regardless, right? We need to be making iron. But that does open a few doors. So, with the stuff that I just ground up, what did we get? So we've got flour. We'll separate the flour, so plenty of that stuff. Awesome. Definitely more than we put in, I think. Definitely. Maybe. I think. And then obviously we got some rice seeds and some wheat seeds as like I guess a little bonus. So if we want to, some of these we might be able to plant. Is that... Okay. Hydration's too high. What about wheat? Yeah, wheat's pretty good. You can grow wheat in pretty much any location. So it's very, very nice. Sweet. Cool. You might also notice that there's a bit of like a hue on the screen. You'll especially notice it if I go and toggle off the HUD. See the big difference there? That is actually because of our temperature. I believe it is because, obviously, it's heating up in the game. And so, I don't know, I guess that's us overheating. In terms of dealing with heat, I don't know. I don't really know how to do it. You know what I mean? I'm assuming that there's a page on temperature or weather or something, but I honestly don't know. Oh, okay, sprinkler. The squirting moisture transducer, or the SMT, is an advanced device for watering planters. Okay, and it's placed in a greenhouse. So, I mean, we're not here yet, but like I thought that was a pretty cool sounding thing. What I did see, though, hear me out, is this. Fire pit and grill. I know that I couldn't find a thing on the temperature, but fire pit and grill. A grill is an item that can be used or can be added to a fire pit to cook foods more efficiently. The grill is able to cook 5 items at once, and it also gives these items the wood grilled trait when cooking food, which provides a minor buff to the item's expiration date. In order to create a fire pit with grill, first create a fire pit, Then use a wrought iron grill on the fire pit. So a wrought iron grill is working an iron double ingot in the anvil. Honestly, sounds pretty good. One thing I don't know is how the tier system works. Okay, so anvils each have a tier, which defines what type of material they can work and wield. An anvil can work metals of its current tier, so it can work metals of its current tier, meaning to work iron, we would need a wrought iron anvil. That is my understanding of what I just read there. But we can weld the next tier. So, for example, our copper anvil can weld bronze together to make a bronze anvil. Then we can weld, iron together to make an iron anvil. I believe that's how that works. In terms of temperature and stuff, I'm wondering, can we get a hat? I assume protects against direct sunlight, insulation +1, and it costs us 2 straw. And we actually have straw on us. So, there we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. I don't really know where we're wearing it. But we're wearing it. Sure. Oh, yeah, there's a clothes section. Okay, I get you. Warmth and insulation. So a wool hat would be even better. Insulated leather hat would be even better. But obviously we'd need some string and stuff for that. And that seems to be pretty much it. So this is at TFC ambient. So at TFC ambient. Okay, TFC is enough. Maybe, what if we do at ambient? There we go. So there's obviously wool clothes. There's silk as well. I don't think we have either. And there's burlap. Burlap would, I think burlap would help as well. How do we get burlap though? Jute. Ooh. Okay, that's awfully doable. I think I was keeping it in here. Yeah. You might have seen I did a little bit of sorting. So we've got sticks in there. We've got all our rocks here. And that's pretty much the extent of the sorting. This is sorted. That's sorted. These ones are all still pretty much junk. These 4 lined up. But yeah, jute. Jute. What can we do with jute? Obviously, we can turn it into jute fiber. Did we pick up the jute seeds? Yes, we've got 13 jute seeds. I would like to plant these, especially now that I know that we can actually use them for quite a few different things. In terms of planting them, I don't really know. I guess I'll dig out an area over here and just mass plant them. Assuming that they'll grow in this area. I think they will, but I guess we'll find out. Yep, that says good. That says good. Wonderful. Until we can just fill this guy up. Oh, these guys are actually ready to shear. Very, very interesting. Okay. I need to read the book on it though, to be honest, because from memory, there was something about breeding animals that was a bit odd to do with the shearing, I think. Here we go. They're born as babies, smaller, can't provide things for the player. After a certain times, they turn to an adult, which are able to do things like breed, produce milk. After they breed or are used enough times, animals become old and are only useful for their meat. And so then you can go through and look at the different types. Talks about woolly animals. We can click on alpacas. They can have children 13 times. If they are never sheared, or if they're sheared. Oh, no. Okay, so if they're never sheared, they can have 13 different baby alpacas. If they are sheared, they can be sheared 128 times. If they are never bred, they grow wool every 6 days. Cool. So, yeah. Did I already feed them? I did. Cool. I think if I just right-click them normally, they will actually breed. I think. And we should get a baby alpaca. Maybe? Not sure. Not sure, but sure? Okay, well anyway. What about shears? What can we make? Bronze shears, copper shears, all different types of shears. Copper shears are going to cost us 2 copper knives welded together. Copper knives are going to be cast with copper. So, pretty expensive for a recipe. So, I'll tell you what, we'll leave that for now. That all seems fine. We'll put this stuff away just for now, just to, I guess, keep it preserved a little bit. They're going to last 10 months, the flour. That's a very long time. And then let me try and remember what I was doing. Does anyone remember what I was doing? Oh, you know what? It is currently nighttime. I know exactly what I want to do. So we've got some chests. I'm going to bring them over here. And we're obviously going to make like a little bit of a storage for the bee stuff. So that's going to be there. And I believe now, because it is nighttime, I can pick this stuff up. Okay, the sun just came up and literally just ruined my day. Okay, well, we'll wait until the next night and I'll try and do that. I want to redo this whole system. I want to pick everything up and put them all away. With that being said, I suppose I can like... Oh, you know what? No. Oh, I mean, it's raining. Oh, it's a beautiful thunderstorm. I'll empty one more just to see, like... I guess... Yeah, they're both empty. I'll empty one more that has queens in it. Oh, I didn't get stung. I think. Yeah, or at least I didn't feel it. Sweet. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, look. I can just take all this stuff out. Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, I want to empty these out, and I'm going to redesign how they are. I apologize for how loud this is. Nope, that's fine. It's weather, isn't it? I'll have it like barely. Oh my god! It's specifically the line. Like, is this a joke? Why is the lining so loud? Chill. Okay, I'll tell you what. Oh my... Off camera, I'm gonna empty all these. Alright, I believe they're all empty. Now, if we want to get the honey from them, which I kind of do, I believe we need a jar. So that's going to be lumber and a glass. So I believe we've got lumber. We probably don't have any glass on us, although I imagined, I don't know, that there's a piece of sand somewhere. Yellow sand. Sounds good to me. What do we do with a honey jar? You just turn it into honey. Do you get the jar back, do you think? Probably, right? So we'll grab that, and I'll grab this piece of lumber to transform. Beautiful. I'll probably need... Oh, you know what? I'll try with the log. Because the cool thing about these is that you can light them with torches once you get torches. And it's so much better than using like the fire starter and everything. So that should be fine. We'll let that happen. See what we get. Make the jar. Get the honey. Bada bing, bada boom. I think. I'd also, yeah, what we should do as well is empty these things. Oh my god, the lightning is so... I really hope it's not insanely loud for you guys, but I really think it is. I'm going to get this guy over here as well, just as an extra food storage. I think that's probably well worth it. Sweet, we've got glass. Glass plus lumber equals jar. Oh, and we get 4 of them. Beautiful. Very nice. And we've obviously got this stuff here, so I can right click. Perfect. Oh, that one must have been full. Then we can turn that into raw honey. We get our jars back. And we can collect even more honey from these things. Oh, jeez. Plenty of honey. There we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, damn. Some of them are full of honey. Awesome. So now I've got this honey. It doesn't have an expiration date. We can use it to coat some things and treat some stuff, it looks like. Or at the very least, you can wax copper with it. We can make some dough. I don't know what the difference is. Oh, the other stuff wasn't the right dough, was it? It was just like flatbread dough. Whereas we can make actual dough now. And I'm guessing that's slightly different. Yeah, you can turn it into proper bread that has higher stats. But you would need to make an oven and all that stuff. Cool. Yeah, I like that. So we'll put that stuff in there. Perfect storage. And then we'll pick all this stuff up. And we'll try and design it a little bit smarter. So obviously at the moment, if it's nighttime, you can take the bees out of their hives. Sure, makes sense. I just turfed a bunch of flowers. That's a little bit annoying. Alternatively, if there's a campfire underneath, you can light that and that works as well. So that's sort of the smart idea. The smart idea would be, and I guess I've got to be a little bit careful here. It would be like pick up this stuff. Place like what do you reckon? Beehive. Break this, break these, and then place a campfire under each of them so I can like light the campfires and then grab them out. I believe that is how you do it. I'll do one quick check. At night or with a fire pit underneath. Awesome. So yeah, unless it's done at night or fire pit underneath. So we do fire pit underneath, and then honestly we can probably do just a train of these, and I think it'll still be pretty good. We're losing some flowers, but I don't care enough to be honest. So we can probably do that. And this. And I didn't want to do that. But honestly, like we don't need a crazy amount of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's probably good enough, to be honest. And then we just, you know, go under here. Maybe I cover that up. But yeah, so we do this. I'm going to have to make campfires under each of these, which isn't that bad, to be honest. I believe it's 1 log and 3 sticks. So that, I mean, that's going to be pretty easy. We'll get that all done. And then I'll probably also do slabs all along here. Unless I just do ladder. You know what I mean? But we'll probably do maybe both. So that should be fine. We'll put those in later. So what do I need to do? I need to grab sticks. Possibly more logs. Actually, we've got a decent amount of logs. This should be fine. Alternatively, we probably do need to use some fire sticks as well. I believe I saw like 2 of them. Yeah, fire starters. There we go. And as you can see, like this guy over here has 35 flowers. Some of these have 55. It's fine. It's fine. Or at least I think it is. How am I going to do this? So you throw that there. 1, 2, 3. And then you light the fire. And just for reference, I don't believe you can torch. Using a torch does not work in that situation. Alright, this one here's the last one. Most of these went in one go, but some of these, as you can see, are taking a little bit longer than the others. And perfect. Now we have a campfire underneath each of these beehives. So if we need to, we can ignite one and take stuff out. Obviously, I'd probably need to fill it with like fuel and stuff. I don't know. Can you do sticks? No, they don't really have a burn. But that's fine. It's not the end of the world. So from here, we're going to go ahead and pretty much just fill them all up. That's pretty much the plan. So what I'm going to be doing is 2 queens and then 2 no queens, if that makes sense. So 2 queens and then 2 empty ones. And that should hopefully maximize the breeding of the bees. Now, I'm aware that they've got different traits, and obviously we could be breeding better or worse bees. Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know enough at the moment to want to try. So, like, we probably will, just not yet. Because, the fertility and stuff, that means faster breeding, I would imagine. So, arguably, we'd want that, like, crazy. But it's fine. It's fine for now, I think. Alright, well, we've got about room for 2 extra things. The rest have all been filled up. Some of these have nothing. Some of these have some. And yeah, that's it. So we'll come back later, I guess, and check to see if we've got any extra so that we can get some more beeswax and whatnot. But that's pretty good. They're looking good. I'm happy with how that is. Awesome. So the bee stuff, remodeled, refixed, good to go. What's next? The coke oven. I haven't even started on that, and I was claiming that was going to be the whole focus. Now, we need more clay, so I'm going to go get more clay. Now, in terms of clay, I believe... Oh, we have it on the wrong map, don't we? Let's go ahead and fix that. So we're going to go here into ores. Actually, we're going here. And so we've got clay. We're going to click on this, edit it, and we want that to just be on the default one because we use it quite often. So we'll run default. Clay's obviously in that direction. I would just run over, but it probably makes a little bit more sense to bring some cherries. Alrighty, here we are. Plenty of clay to go around. Now, how much do we need? Good question. Probably at least a stack, which, I mean, as you can see, we can easily get a stack, so it's not the end of the world if we want to get more. Maybe I'll get 2 stacks just to keep us covered for the future. You know what? We've got about 2 stacks, but I feel like I should just dig up the entire thing. That way in the future we know we've got to go find a new clay area. Like, this is the final... This is it. This is all the clay we've got. If we want more, we're going to have to go looking for more. Sweet. Awesome. So, I'm pretty confident that that's... it's all the clay that we need. So we'll get rid of this waypoint. Right-click it again to confirm the deletion. And so now if we need more clay in the future, we'll just have to keep an eye out for those flowers again. To be honest, there's probably some closer to the base. We already grabbed some that was really close to the base, but like I'm sure there's more. We just have to get a little bit lucky and actually keep our eyes open for the flowers in question. Like over there, quite literally right over here, I imagine there's going to be some clay. Plenty of grass. Yeah, clay grass right here. Sweet. So we can go right here, right click. Actually, you know what? Let's zoom in so that we make it as accurate as we can. Create waypoint, clay, default, perfect. Nice. That just, you know, saves us looking for it next time. You know what as well? This part over here, like this jute farm, I almost fell in here and like ran over it a few times. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. What I was going to say was, it's honestly worth just... Oh, why is it ruining everything? I don't know. I don't even understand what's happening when that happens. That was a strange noise, was it not? Okay. What I was going to say, though, was... We might as well just make it look nice, you know what I mean? Run some quick walls around it or something, or a fence. And I think that'll actually add a lot of value to it. There we go. Look, it's something small. It doesn't really do much, but I think it does do much. You know, like I think it just makes things look a little bit more intentional, as opposed to just, oh yeah, we'll dig a little area over there. I think it looks nice. Sweet. So we've got clay. We've obviously got all the other stuff in here. We'll grab 2 stacks of each for the first crafting here. So we're after fire clay, of course. Boom, boom, easy. Now, I believe for this recipe, we needed 60 total. That was my understanding. So we can go in here. We can take out this much. And then boom, we have 60 perfectly. That way, if we need some more clay for something else, or we need some graphite for something else, we didn't waste it all. Like, if we don't need more than this, then we won't make more than that. So, what are we doing with every single piece of this fire clay? I believe we are turning them all into fire clay bricks, which is going to be done like so. So I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to go like this, and that's the bricks. These bricks are going to get smelted up into fire bricks. They will then be crafted, not into kiln bricks, although that's not bad either. Then we could do some alloys with the actual ingots. Very interesting. But we're going to be doing coke bricks, I believe. And so these will be 4 bricks, mortar, and sandstone equals coke brick. You get 3 per 4. Listen, I did the math the other episode. I can't be bothered double checking if I'm right. I feel like I am. So I'm just going to go through here and make them all. The hardest part of what we're doing here is that I have to smelt all of these. And I feel like it's going to be painful, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, actually, you know what? We did make charcoal, right? I think there's charcoal under there. That should hopefully be enough. All right, 36 unfired fire bricks. And so now we need to smelt them. We do have a few options. We can fire pit it. Or we can put them into this forge. So we'd be able to do 5 at a time. And then we would just have to hit it with the bloomery to like actually fire the bricks. So if we can do 5 at a time, I think we can do it. I'll be honest. I think that is the play. I just do. I just do think that's the play. Oh, I made a bit of a mess. How many charcoal? That's a decent amount. Cool. Okay, so that will still be the pit. Wonderful. Shall we do it? I think we shall. So, charcoal goes in. Unfired fire bricks go in. Torch lights it up. And then we sort of just wait. So now once this is at full heat, right? So it'll be at like yellow. It'll be yellow, white, plus. So just only 2 pluses. Then we're going to hit the thing. Boom. We'll get the bricks. Continue. And we just got to hope that they don't take an insanely long time. While that's heating up, I'm going to grab a water bottle. So yeah, last night, just to segue into something else, this thing's at yellow, white, by the way, so then we do that, and then they become fire bricks. And so we take all of them out and put more in. That's going to be the process. That's what we're going to do for all of them. So it shouldn't be too bad, as you can see. But yeah, what I was doing is I was looking up ways to make my editing pretty much instant, right? So at the moment, what I do is in between cuts, so in between what you see, I just don't talk, right? So I'll commentate, I'll be saying I'm doing this, then I'll be like, all right, now I'll go do it. And then I just don't talk. That way, when I go into editing, there's these clear spots where there's just silence on my audio. There's just silence, and I can just cut them out, right? Pretty straightforward. Not too much effort in that sense. The only problem is that it's very repetitive, and it seems pointless, you know what I mean? Like, surely a program can do that for me. Look for silence, cut it out. Like, it seems pretty simple. I found a program that might be able to do it, so I might be trying that on some of these videos. So I'll be interested to see what you guys think in terms of the quality, because it's yellow white already. Because what I will say is I am worried of parts where I do like a dramatic pause. You know what I mean? A pause for effect. I guess I'll have to still like skim through to find that part to like, you know, let the pause stay in. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because realistically, that could be insane. Because if I could just have it so that my editing takes like just me clicking something, and then like it still takes like 30 minutes to go through the whole video or an hour to go through some of the recordings and cut the stuff out, from at least what I've seen so far. But if it means I click it once and then I can go do other stuff, then I think I can actually put more time into actually, you know, making sure that dramatic pause stays in. Does that make sense? Hopefully. This is not as bad as I thought it might be. As you can see, this is going pretty well. One other thing real quick is mortar and sandstone. I believe we might even still have more mortar in here. Yeah, we made an absolutely insane amount of mortar. So hopefully it is still enough. As you can see in here, plenty. And then we will need sandstone. That could be tricky because I don't remember which thing it was in. But there wasn't much, right? No. We may have to go get some more. Now, I do recall the donkey having some. Yeah, I mean, he's got some. He's also... I thought he had white sand as well. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit rough. Oh, is this... is any of this fully grown? No. I mean, hey, can you imagine a field of this, like, wheat, like, or the oats? The oats look really nice. Visually. They look very, very good. These are growing. These are getting there. Do we have any melons? Not quite. The melons are obviously big money makers as well. So yeah, sand. Oh, is this sandstone? No, it's thatch. Yeah. So how many do we need? I mean, it's gonna be pretty obvious, right? You know, I don't think I'll need that much. I think it'll actually be perfectly fine. All right, the last piece. Beautiful. We can take the charcoal out so we don't waste any. And I believe we are good to go. Final fire brick goes in here. So we only need 9 sandstone. That's sort of the little math I was doing there. Oh, but that's not even... Okay, hold on. How do we make a sandstone? Yeah, okay, so it's just any sandstone. So we'll wait for it to cycle, I guess. Or I guess I could just search up sandstone. That would probably make more sense. Yeah, there's actually a lot of sandstones, I'm realizing. Okay, anyway. Sandstone. Boom. 4 sand. But we've got yellow sand. Okay. So, how do we do this? Oh, I think you would have to mine it like you would the raw blocks. Raw yellow sandstone is a thing. Okay. Interesting. If we consult the map, this area was where the sand was. You can sort of see some of the sand through the gaps. And we've even got a guy over there, white sand for diamonds. I mean, that's a long journey. I do think that's the only real sand that we have. I'm pretty sure the rest of these areas simply don't have sand. It's all like granite and stuff. Yeah, we can go. We can go. I'm just making sure these crops aren't fully grown yet. Sure. Before I do, I will actually feed 4 more of these cherries to all the animals over here. Oh, it's fully grown. Ah, darn. We were so close. And then boom and boom. But yeah, the white sand for diamonds guy, I believe he's over by diamonds. That could be, or by sand, sorry. That could be sand too, so I guess we'll just head in this direction. Hopefully we get there. Is there anything else? I should probably drink water before we go. Oh yeah, I just realized what I want. What I want is a resource pack that makes waystones glow, right? Like the unactivated waystones, so that I can actually see them on the map. Like, if they just glue like an amazingly bright glow, I would love that, because I know they're out there. You know what I mean? Like, we're running past them. It's just I'm not seeing them, right? Like, looking out over this area, there might even be some on my screen, and I just don't see them. Or they could not be. But I don't know. I think it would be cool if they glow. But I don't know. Would that be cheatsy? I mean, it obviously would, but I mean, I think it'd just be more fun. I don't... Would I feel guilty about it? I'm not sure. I'll tell you what. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Yeah. Alright, so we're here. We're back. I forgot to bring a fence. I can try to do it on a wall, but I feel like that doesn't work. No, it doesn't. I guess I can keep it on a leash. On the map, we have a black bear in that direction. I thought there was a Bugatti in that direction, but I think it's a bluegill, a fish or something. And we have sandstone. So, we have different types. I'm probably going to try to get the yellow sandstone because I believe that works. Like if we go yellow sandstone, raw yellow sandstone, as you can see here, it works in coke bricks. We need 8 of them. Now, to be honest, if I search raw sandstone, right, and we look at brown sandstone, that works as coke bricks. If we look at red, that also works as coke bricks. So pretty much any that we can get here, we might as well, right? We're not actually limited. Oh, it mines very quickly. Look, I don't know what I expected, but that's pretty impressive. Although, oh, you just mine it. I thought we had to do what we do with the raw blocks, but no, this stuff you just mine and you get, which it sounds normal, but I guess, yeah, that's very odd. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So we can just go through here, mine up what we can, and we'll be good to go. I mean, we already have what we need, right? But, you know, we'll grab a little bit more just in case we need a little bit more. Sure. And I'll tell you what, as painful as it is, I will now, I guess, head back on our journey. While we're here, I might actually grab some more sand because, I mean, it's, oh my, okay, yeah. We're going to grab some sand. Am I crazy or is everything mining faster? I don't have any perks. I did reload the mod pack. I don't think I I don't think I did anything in between. But yeah, we have insane stuff happening. Alright, well anyway, I'll meet you back at the base. A little bit of a journey we've got. This boss is still on the map in this direction. The Lord Shelby boss. We'll have another look. Now that it's like daytime and we're not too much of a rush, we might... let's have a look. We'll see if we can find this dude and defeat him and get a cool thingy. If we look at the map at the moment, it does look like there's a... The problem is there's a massive... I know there's a massive, like, that water cave from the last episode is underneath us. And I feel like that's sort of what it's hinting at. Is that I need to be down there, but... I don't really want to, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a way to get there from above, I'll do it. But I'm not gonna dig out a cave or something. I don't think anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, that's pretty close. I wonder if there is a way in. I'll quickly check the other side before I do actually dig, because that is close enough that I think I can dig to it quite easily. No, it looks like a dead end too. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll jump back in and try to dig there. Oh, there we go. Okay. Awesome. And on the bright side, it looks like, aside from that other skeleton, this guy looks to have just melee weapons. Now, it's still just based on the sounds. Everything's very loud. I don't know why certain sounds is just so loud. Yeah, we don't have the audio mod. But I'll chip away at this guy. He's an epic boss, so he's not rare or anything. He's epic, so we should get really good loot. Looking at the health here, this is going to take a while. I should probably make an actual sword at some point. The axe is better, but obviously there's the attack speed difference. We'll see. I'll be back. Alright, here we go. A few more hits. And voila. Okay, sweet. Plenty of loot it looks like, so we'll drop some flowers most likely. See exactly what we got from this. I'll probably pick up those jute seeds, to be honest, because jute seeds are pretty good for what we need at the moment. But what do we get? We got Shelby's steel-touched bronze solarettes of the Spell Warden, of course. Magic damage taken is reduced by 5%. Fall damage taken is reduced by 27%. It's got also Tombstone Soulbound, so we'll get this item after we die. It also gives us +6 max health, +4 luck, and then armor toughness and armor. Or it can be melted for 4 ingots of bronze. I'm going to equip it. I believe this is our personal shield. I don't think this is a different one. Got an enchanted scroll. We'll obviously head into here. Doesn't look like there's too much else going on. This chest has some loot. Gravitational wrought iron greaves. Minus 6% total entity gravity. Okay. Sure. I'm guessing we jump 6% higher? I don't really know. Then we can get some redstone, which is obviously beneficial. And sure, we'll take a music disc. Why not? There's some bricks if we wanted. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, sweet. Cool. I'm going to try to find my donkey, which is hopefully safely in this direction. And then I will once again head back. Alrighty, home sweet home. It is, of course, raining. We're starving. We're dehydrating. And we'll top up on stuff, sleep through the night, and then we will make the coke oven. Now, there is an extra step for the coke oven that we might struggle with, but we'll see. We'll see what we can get away with. So I do need some food. And on top of that, so I'll do like that, because I do need to feed the animals over here. Because, yeah, once they are familiarity 35, they're good to go. You can sort of just ignore them. So this guy's good to go. Obviously, I want to top up both of our llamas. They are both 35 now, so they're good. Meaning, in theory, I can go boom and boom, maybe, and then they might breed. I really don't know. I don't know how the animal breeding part works, because that is a male and that one should be a female. Oh, fertilize. Oh, yeah, this female alpaca is pregnant. There you go. The more you know. Sweet, cool. So yeah, she is obviously, we needed all the bronze and stuff. We'll quickly skip the night, so we'll sleep through that. Get some beautiful. I just want to. Oh yeah, I toggled it off. 1 second. Whenever I go to the snow area, with the physics mod turned on, there's so much lag. But I could sit there opening and closing that trapdoor all day, all day. Okay, so how do we start today? Well, we don't need sand. We obviously need sandstone, which we can place in here, and we can make, boom, 27 coke bricks. These guys are going to be making a coke oven, so we can put them, honestly, probably where we had our little charcoal pit, right? We had a pit here that we were putting charcoal in. Very shortly lasting. We can fill it in like so. Place these on top. So what you want to do is build a 3x3 by 3. Like so. And by itself, it does nothing. It's just a block of bricks. What you need to do is you need to get your hands on an engineer's hammer. This guy here. This is where it might get a bit rough in terms of whether we can do it or not. Because I didn't really think this through too much. We'll need string. I believe we can get our hands on that if we put in a little bit of effort, get the shears, do that stuff. Sure, easy. We need wrought iron sheets. Now, to get these guys, we can either set up a metal press from Immersive Engineering, or we can work an iron double ingot. Now, there's a problem with this. The problem is I believe that you need an iron anvil in order to do this. I'm pretty sure. Just going off of how it talks about anvils in the book. So that's a problem. In terms of what we've got, I don't believe we have one that we accidentally made. You know what I mean? I don't think we have any lying around, so that's a bit of a problem. But there's another thing we can do while we're planning out what we can. Oh, there's also melons. Hold on. All right, so the plan with melons, they last 5 months unless you put them in a vessel. And then they last pretty much a whole year. Yeah. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I should harvest all this stuff, though. All right. But yeah, what I was going to say was, I've just processed all that stuff. That thing's full of some produce at the moment. I've kind of forgotten what I was going to say. I want to make a scribing table. So scribe table, it's going to cost us planks, slabs, and it is going to cost us a black dye. The black dye we can get from charcoal powder, which we can get from charcoal in a quern. Or we can get it from milling charcoal itself. So we can drop a piece in there, and that'll get us some black dye. I don't know if it's guaranteed. It was, yeah, it's guaranteed. Yeah, so we're good. Problem solved. So that'll be good. And then, yeah, just planks and slabs, which we may or may not have. We've got planks and we've got slabs. There's just two. Nope, it's the other way around. So one of these goes back and one of these comes back. Awesome. So if I grab all this stuff out, first things first, it's going to fill my inventory, which is actually going to be quite annoying. Do we have any way to empty any of these? Yeah, I can probably empty this. And then what we can do is empty this guy as much as we can and put all of the flour in here if we can. Now, the only problem there is that I don't have any black dye. So I'm not sure if it was because the storage was full or something. But we didn't get what we wanted, which is a slight problem. Charcoal should grind up, and then we get black... Maybe the dyes grind up as well. Is that possible? Kind of doesn't look possible, but like, maybe. You know, with our rotten food, can we make a composter? We need dirt and a little bit more lumber. I think we can, and I think that'll be worth it too. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, I think, and then 2 dirt. Which I guess we could swap out with that. Our inventory's horrific, I know. But we're getting there. Composter. This guy can probably go here. And so in theory, I grab out, say, rotten oat, and I place it in here? No? Do I drop it in? No. Brown items. Okay. I'm guessing they don't count because they're not... I don't actually know. Okay, so you can put the actual, like, grain bits in. Like when you actually harvest it. Okay, cool. Alright, so with that being said, we should now have enough to make a scribing table. Maple scribing table, perfect. This guy can go, hopefully, away from fire. Let's place him. You know what? He can go up at the house. And I will be bringing with 2 name tags. Here we go. We'll slap down our scribing table. Maybe we'll light up a torch. Lit by candlelight. Here we go. Name tag goes in. Oh, and we now need to name it. Alright, so one of our animals will be Andre. One of our creatures on the farm. Ink is missing. What? Okay. I mean, like, we can do that. It's just, it seems a little bit weird, but sure. I'll put in 2 charcoal. See if that's enough. 1 black dye, 2 black dye. Perfect. Does this count as ink, or do I need to, like, is there an actual ink? I'm guessing black dye is good enough. Chuck this in here. Chuck the name tags back in here, or just 1. Alright, so, we've got Andre, tier 3 channel member. Thank you very much for being part of the community. And we have Melizzy. Perfect. Now, here comes the tricky part. What animal do people get named as? I'll tell you what. For this episode, I won't. If there's a specific animal you would like to be, let me know. Specifically Andre and Melizzy. I imagine that the ones people want to be is... I don't know if people want to be a donkey. But it's an option. And of course the wolf. I assume they're like the prime candidates since they are... Realistically, this wolf should be spending more time around, but... I mean, he's not doing anything. He's like... Like, if I set him to follow me, he kind of just doesn't. So, I don't know. But he's there. Alright, so yes. In terms of getting our grimy little hands on the engineer's hammer, how much effort do we have to put into this? Well, as you may know, we have the copper required. We might need more zinc nowadays, but we've got zinc. And what we need to do is we need to turn the zinc into, the zinc and copper into bronze. And we need to make enough to make an anvil. Then we have to go mining iron. So we need to make an iron mine out a bunch of that. Then make enough to make a iron anvil. So if we search anvil, we want to be making, we're most likely going to be making just a bronze anvil. And then a wrought iron out of this stuff. Wrought iron. I'm just trying to see like the perfect recipe. Molten wrought iron. And it's got no recipe, right? Which means I think it's just the iron that we get. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any like alloying. It's literally just that iron. Unless we also make a bloomery. What was the bloomery recipe? There's so many different things that we need to do. That's more bronze. Okay, so yeah. Were we spending our bronze on an anvil or on a bloomery? I think we need both. You know what I mean? So like, we're doing it on something, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place these in here to heat up. I think. I could place them in here. They'll heat up and pour copper into this guy. Awesome. We can then cast the stuff. Now, obviously the casting is pretty rough at the moment. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But we do have leftover graphite and kaolinite, which is enough to make a few more casts, which then might be good enough, casting tables. So, if I then also grab some copper, I think 3. Is that how this works? I think so. And we go fire, clay, boom, boom. That's 3 bits. Okay, so yeah, we actually... No, we can't make that many more. I'll be honest, I still just feel like unless we really go all out with the casting, it's probably easier to just do it in my inventory. Alright, but I'll tell you what. I'll start it up. This episode's been pretty long. I will address that, I guess. Okay, well, in between this episode and the next episode, assuming I remember and whatnot, we'll start doing... I'll do it this episode. I'll at least cast the copper into ingot form, for the most part. I suppose what I could do as well is I could start processing a little bit of the zinc and arguably a little bit of the copper as well, if we have like a perfect amount that we know about. Like that's an ingot right there. We could do it. Because obviously I'm going to be wanting to put in 1 zinc ingot and have that melt down and end up in the pot. And then mix it with, 9 copper ingots. That's the plan, in case you hadn't caught on to what the go was. So yeah, I mean, we'll put a zinc in. Now that'll obviously do 10 bronze ingots. And how much do I need? What am I making? Does anyone remember? The bloomery. Is that what we're doing, or are we doing the anvil? I really don't know. I'll tell you what. I think that so the bronze anvil is awfully easy to do. The bloomery costs like more than double, I believe. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do the anvil because I know for sure that we'll be able to afford it. And we'll see if we can make that this episode. I honestly, I don't think we can. I mean, maybe, especially since I think the welding isn't that bad. Like, I think I sort of know how to do it. Is that everything? This guy needs to go back in and heat up again. As you can see, by the way, with this having less copper in it, it heats up and cools down a lot faster. This guy's still only very hot. That's just like insanity. Genuinely insane, the ratio there. And I believe even if I put this guy in here, he doesn't start emptying until he's hot enough, which, can take a while. All right, so I want to see now, if I put a singular copper ingot in here and melt it down, what happens? Because I haven't experienced the UI of this cauldron when you're actually mixing alloys, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'm also melting down this little guy, because hopefully he's actually... Oh, he heats... Oh, this is cast iron. What am I trying to do then? Cast iron? No. I wanted to get a little bit of copper. Like 10 millibuckets of copper, which would be this. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so the copper is about to melt at orange 4. So now we have zinc and copper in here, and it's telling you the ratio. So there's a 50%, right? Sure. There we go. Alright, so I guess I'll put the rest of the copper in. I wasn't sure if it would just instantly mix and you'd lose track of what you've got. It looks pretty good at the moment, and I'm guessing it'll mix once it has the perfect ratio. Maybe? Perhaps? Oh my god. I think I just found a loophole. Hold on. I think I found a heating loophole. Possibly a bug. Possibly an intentional system. Check out this. Oh, I won't be able to do it though because this vessel's full. But what I found was when I put that tiny bit of copper into this vessel, it went from very hot instantly up to orange 4 because a molten liquid went in it. That means it's physically possible that if I try to put copper into this, that it will work. Even though it won't store the copper, it just might work. I want to give it a shot. Because, I mean, that would be insane if you could heat up an entire vessel that quickly. And it looks like it will, assuming you had room for it. Like if we had 2,990 millibuckets in here, we could heat the entire thing up, allegedly. That's my current hypothesis. Let's have a look. All right, orange 4. It should disappear. No, this thing's still bright red because it didn't have room. Unlucky. We tried. All right, 2 more bits of copper, so we'll put that in. Honestly, I think it's about to mix. This will be very, very interesting because zinc, in order to make bronze, if we look here, just normal bronze, you could do it in an alloy kiln, which we could do, but I mean, we'd still have to cast the copper anyway, and that's not even the hard part. But if we had molten bronze, like this, you'll see the alloy is between 8 and 12% for the tin, right? So when this is between 8 and 12%, that would happen, I think, if 1 ingot went in, but we put in both. And so now it's in between 8 and 12. And this one is 88.9. Whereas it needs to be, 88.9. So it's good. We could make, right now, 9 bronze ingots if we wanted to. Alternatively, I could put in an extra copper ingot and get 10 bronze. Which seems like just a little bit of a smarter deal. The problem is I have to wait for this guy, which he's almost there, to be fair. You can see he's getting there. But yeah. All right, this is nice and hot, so we can obviously chuck in our ingots and get them emptied. Okay, so I'm going to put in 1 extra copper ingot to get this ratio up to be 1 to 9. And then I guess we get the liquid out in ingot forms. So we'll see how that goes. I assume there's nothing else I have to do here. If we want... How do you spell cauldron? Cauldron? I don't think this is the cauldron we want, right? Like, what cauldron do we have? Oh, it's a crucible, sorry. Crucible. That makes more sense. So crucible, we can check the book to see if it mentions anything specific. So it gets heated. Blah, 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 blah. Crucible interface, you can see it's got copper in it, sure. Oh, yeah, I think it's fine. If we look at it, it actually says there's 1 bucket of molten brass. Or maybe 1 block, I'm not sure. Either way, though, if I put this in here... Wait a second. Okay. Wait. Can I empty this back in? We don't want brass. I almost made a bunch of brass. We want bronze. How do I make bronze? Sorry, I've clearly been misreading this the entire time. How do I make bronze? Okay, we're currently overheating. I'll be honest, I don't really have a solution. Oh, our straw hat's gone. We can make a new straw hat. Okay, well anyway, we're in here. Hopefully we cool down. I assume that's how this works. It looks like it is. The arrow is aiming down. So, let's try this again. Bronze, we're obviously getting from here. Molten bronze, which is going to be tin and copper. What is wrong with me thinking that I needed zinc? How did I convince myself that I needed zinc? We need tin. Oh, I feel so dumb. And we get this from cassiterite. You know what the problem is? The reason I know exactly why I thought it was tin. Why I thought it was zinc. Because we haven't found any tin. Well, I don't think we've ever seen any tin. I think that's the problem. We just haven't... Oh my god. No. Hold on. What else do we have? We've got black bronze, which would be copper, silver, and gold. Honestly, this might be what we have to do because I don't have a way to get tin at the moment. But I know that there's gold on the map and silver on the map. Oh my god. And then there's bismuth. Okay, well, here we go. Bismuth is zinc and copper and bismuth. We can do that. Okay. All right. Crises averted. Remain calm. I'm not completely throwing this. So we've got bismuth, right? So. This guy's empty. Awesome. We've got brass in here. Oh, we've got brass. Really? Hold on. I thought this would take the brass out, but instead it took a little bit of all of it. Oh my god. I mean, this is just dumb. All right, let's put some bismuth in. Let's just chuck in 2 ingots, see what happens. God, how embarrassing. Okay, so what do we have in here? We've got bismuth, we've got zinc, we've got copper. Zinc is at 7%, bismuth is at 18.2. Zinc we need a much higher percentage of if we want this to work. So I'm going to put in 2 ingots of zinc. I might just put in 1 for now. Because if bismuth goes below 10%, it's over. Like I'll need to get more bismuth, and I don't know if we have more. So this is about to melt. There we go. That's at that. Zinc's at 15.5. It needs to be 20. We'll put the zinc back in. See if it gets there. Yep, zinc at 20. Bismuth is still above 10. Copper is at 50. Yep, awesome. So, in theory, I can place this stuff down. Molten unknown. I hate it. I hate it. How do I get the brass out of here? Genuinely? What am I meant to do? Because now I've just got unknown. Like, I'm just making it worse and worse and worse. What do I... Unknown. What do I do with you? How do I fix you? We've got this. Liquid burning. Okay. Molten unknown. I mean, like... Hello? I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I'll tell you what. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm not even sure what this video was. I don't remember specifically what we did. I know that we built this, but it doesn't do anything because we needed the iron. We do have 2 ingots of the stuff, but I believe we cannot work it. I believe we cannot. And I'm wondering if it tells us when we chuck it in here, if it says like does not work that way. I'm guessing that is what that means. Yeah, because if it's copper, we can click on it. Right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. But I'm going to have to look up how to do this molten stuff. So I'll be back, but it might also be the outro. All right, so I did a little bit of research, the bare minimum, as we do here. And my first understanding is that I may have just messed up. You know what I mean? Like, there may be no redeeming this. This thing's got some molten metal unknown. If I put it in here, it fills up with pretty much everything else. Like, I'm pretty sure this whole thing would drain before we're good to go again. In my brain, I'm thinking, hey, what if we set up a pipe? Maybe I can pipe out the fluid. Because in this specific mixture, we literally just want these top fluids gone. Now, if we break this thing and pick it up, like so, guess what happens? Nothing. It contains it all. In fact, yeah, I mean, it contains it all. What is one to do? What is one to do? I do not know. I really don't know. Yeah, I was thinking like if I do a create pump, maybe I could get the fluid out. But let's be honest here. It's just gonna pull out the mixture. That's what it's gonna do. I think we've just messed up. That's I think the harsh truth here is that whatever we chucked in is wasted. Before completely committing to the fact that it's wasted, I'll see what the comments have to say, whether there is somehow a way to redeem it. I really would be surprised though. Really would be surprised. Slowly fill the current content into Crucible. Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking about, and I doubt it works this way, but it would be cool if it did, is because these all have different melting rates, melting levels. Imagine if I could bring it to a certain temperature and like take out certain liquids based on their melting temperature. You know what I mean? Like for example, the brass that melts. I guess the brass melts pretty hot. I think it's zinc. Yeah, zinc melts at very hot, right? So in theory, if I only kept the temperature of this crucible at very hot, could I then extract just the zinc? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a cool idea. I don't think it works that way. I'm willing to give it a try. I really don't see this going too well. The temperature's bright red. So this melts at orange. Brass melts at orange. Copper orange plus. Bismuth melts at very hot plus. Okay. So, in theory, once this gets to very hot below... Oh, wait. Below... Yeah, so right now, if I put this in here, in theory, it should have only brought out the bismuth. Because the bismuth melts, is still molten at that level. If that's how this worked. It does not seem to work that way. So yeah. Let me know what I should do. Worst case, we'll just have to go mining again. It's horrible, not the end of the world. You know, I'm sure we'll live. But yeah, whatever. Okay. Well, we tried. We definitely tried. We got some cool boots though, so that's pretty cool. This is full of cast iron, so we could melt that stuff down as well if we wanted. But yeah, I think that's this episode. I'll pick up the melons because I want to, and maybe I'll eat this thing as well. And I think that is the end of this episode, so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. I know progression-wise we pretty much didn't do much, but hey, we're learning, right? We're still learning this far into the pack, episode 16. Yeah. The second I did it, I sort of knew. You know what I mean? Like, the second I put that brass back in, I was like, probably didn't want that. Probably didn't want that. I mean, I've got no excuse. I mean, I kind of do, right? It's not intuitive at all. And my argument for that is that inside here, it is showing me them separate, right? In theory, if they're all molten and there's no way to separate them, it shouldn't be showing them to me separate. Or if it is, oh, maybe it does. Maybe this thing at the top says what liquid it is, and I just completely missed it. I bet you that's what happened. The argument I was going to make was like, when I pulled out the liquid, it didn't show that it was going to be brass. So then when I put it back in, I thought maybe it would split it up into its core components, but I sort of forgot that it was meant to be a challenging pack, and that would be too easy. And so I guess here we are. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Like, what am I going to make this? Coke bricks? Coke bricks, no oven? Yeah. Alright, goodbye.